Hey everybody, it's Brad here, Wild Boys Brewery, Pookanc channel. Hope everybody's having a good one. This week, just got some updates. It's going to be a quick video. Got my Pookanc Pale Ale still fermenting. Today will be 1 week. I'm going to let it go 3 weeks in the primary, and then I'm going to put it in the secondary for probably a week and let it clear up and then bottle it. It's not a super strong ABV beer, so it shouldn't take very long for it to ferment out. The Czars Revenge Russian Imperial Stout that I did, I transferred it over to the secondary last week or week before, and it kicked back in and started fermenting again. So I'm going to hold off on doing the oaking until the foam on the top dies down. I'll show a clip of that here in just a second. And here we have bubblage from the PPA. Always good times. Had to put a little foil on top of the growler there. It was shooting star sand out the top when I got home. But we've got nice steady bubbles, and it smells like a combination of apples, citrus, and pink grapefruit coming out of the gases coming out of the growler. It smells like some kind of fruit drink. It smells good. This must be the Citra hops and that American ale yeast too, because it smelled a little bit like apples when it was in the starter. Bubbling along. Okay, here's my Czars Revenge Russian Imperial Stout. As you can see, fermentation has resumed. Transferred it over into the secondary. Didn't have any head on it at all for several days, and then all of a sudden I came in here and checked it out, and boom, it had kicked back in. So I'm going to let that go ahead and finish fermenting out. I don't know if you can get all the way down on the edge there. You can see little bubbles coming up, and of course you can see the head. Once the head dies down, I'll go ahead and start oaking it. Looks like it's thinning out on that far side a little bit already. I'll give it probably another week and that'll completely die off. That's what's going on with that. And then over here is the pale ale. Nothing to show with that. Fermentation has basically stopped bubbling, but I'm sure it's still going on inside at a small rate. Let that go for another week or two in the primary, and then transfer it over into the secondary and let it clear up and bottle it. And then that's pretty much the updates on the homebrews I got going on. I'm going to let it go till the head clears, and then I'll do my oaking with the Captain Morgan chips and the Maker's Mark's chips. Today what I got going on is my honey Hoppyummy double IPA. I brewed this with the honey malt and the wildflower honey. Today's 2 weeks in the bottle, so let's check it out. Good hiss. It's not foaming up, that's a good sign. Let's get a pour on it. Got a nice 1 finger ahead on it. It is a nice dark copper amber color. It's got a slightly off-white head. Bubbles are medium to medium tight. That's appearance, get a nose on it. Oh wow, this thing smells awesome. First thing I get off of is the Citra, the orange smell, the tropical fruit. Sweet, very sweet smell. It smells awesome. Lots and lots and lots of floral and aroma hops coming through on it. It smells like a tropical hop bomb. Getting some sweet malt smell coming through on it too. Getting a tiny little bit of that honey malt coming through on it. Maybe some of the honey, the actual real honey that I did put in is probably coming through a little bit. It smells awesome. Let's just go ahead and get a taste on it. Cheers. Wow. Surprisingly, it does not fall the nose as well as I'd hoped it would. Getting a lot more of the honey malt's definitely coming through. Getting quite a bit of hops. Sweet bubblegum taste. Getting some of that galena coming through. I did it 45. I can definitely taste that in there where I couldn't taste it before. It's got I think it's Centennial for bittering at 60, and then a half ounce of galena at 45, and then it's Cascade and Centennial with some Simcoe too in there, and then I dry hopped it on Citra. It's got a kind of a on the low end of a medium mouthfeel or the high end of a light mouthfeel. Very creamy, very tasty. The honey did thin the mouthfeel out on it just a little bit. Pretty happy with it overall. It's very pleasant. The alcohol is very well hidden. You cannot taste the alcohol in it at all to be an almost 9% beer. You get no alcohol on it at all. The honey is making it finish a bit dry. That will happen if you put it in there because it will ferment out lower. It was supposed to ferment out down to like 10-20 was what the estimate was on Hopville. It actually went down to a 10-11. It's I'm very pleased with it. It's got good lacing. It's holding its head. I think it needs a tiny bit more bittering hop in it. Okay, overall, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. I think it still needs a little tweaking. I think part of the problem is yesterday I drank one of those Founders Devil Dancers, and that thing's 114 IBUs. And obviously, when you drink a 75 IBU beer after you drink 114 IBU beer, it is not going to be bitter to you. I think that's part of the problem with it today. That was the last beer I drank yesterday, and I think I'm kind of expecting it to live up to that, and it's just not going to. I'll do a review of the Devil Dancer. Second bottle, I just wanted to check it out and get some impressions on it before I actually did a review of it. Just to let you know right ahead of time, I was not all that impressed with it. It was a very bitter, a very hot beer. Compared to the Maharaja or something like that, it's not anywhere near as good as those, but I'll get into that on the review with that beer. But as far as the Honey Hoppyummy Double IPA, I'm very happy with this. It does taste like a session beer after you drink 100 IBU plus beer, though. So if you're not drinking on one of those in the last day or two before you try this, it may be bitter as hell to you. To me, it tastes more like a session beer after drinking that other one. But overall, I'm very happy with it. I'm going to wait, like I say, wait till I get some feedback on it before I adjust on the recipe any. May not adjust it at all. You know how it is, after you have a couple of them again, they grow on you, and it's like, wow, I really like this. Today, I'm very happy with it. I'm pleased. If I was going to give it a grade, it'd probably be like a B+ or an A-. But part of the problem, like I say, is I'm chasing a 114 IBU beer the day before, so that's what my palate's tuned into. That's the downside of drinking these super extreme beers, is when you go back to something that's not as extreme, then you're let down by it, especially if you're a hop head and you want it to be super bitter. That Devil Dancer is probably one of the most damn bitter beers I've ever drank. It's just like a damn bitter bomb when you drink it, chased by severe alcohol burn. But just gonna throw that in there. So I think that's affecting my opinion of it right now. I'll try it again, throw a couple more in the fridge and drink on them, and I think I'm probably going to wind up being happier with it in a day or two than I am today. Very nice. If there's a such thing as a session double, I guess this would kind of be it. This one might get your ass in trouble if you sit down and drink 2 or 3 of these. You'd be way over the limit. At 9%, you taste no alcohol in it whatsoever, which actually kind of makes it a little bit on the dangerous side. It's basically like a souped up session ale or session IPA. I really, really, really like the addition of the citra hops. I did those at dry hopping. Turned out pretty good. Go ahead and cut to the footage. I'm going to do a quick update of my grow boxes I got outside with my tomato plants and pepper plants in it. Here's the update on the grow box with the tomatoes and hop plant. Had one of my squash plants crap out. Here's the hop plant. It's growing steadily. This is a 2nd year hop plant, but it's the 1st year I've had it. And we've got a bunch of rain, and you can see the tomatoes have just exploded, which is a good thing. And then there's my pepper plant. My habanero still hasn't really started doing anything much. It's growing. And I'm about to get one of my mammoth jalapenos is about done. You can see it's red there. I'm getting ready to pick that and probably eat that today. And then here's the other grow box with the tomato plants in it. Growing out of the box. I hope everybody has a good, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Take it easy. See you next week. Cheers.